Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the most interactive wrestling show on the interweb. Welcome back to Wrestling with Omer. It is June 8th, 2025. And I've got a spectacular show unplanned for you today. We have some guiding topics as we always do. Of course, Money in the Bank was last night. There was the big news of R-Truth's WWE return, thanks to many of you, the fan base, who actually held them to account. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about whatever the hell you guys want. As I said before, fan and interactive show. You guys lead the conversation. You guys lead the territory. You guys lead the booking here for this show. So if you have a question, a comment, a concern, leave it in the chat and we'll get to it. You want to guarantee your question or statement is read out on the air, be sure to leave a super chat. Regardless, though, please hit that like button if you please. WWE Cody Era is in the building. What's up? You also got Wall Street Money. What's good, man? How you doing? How are things up in there in old Canada, eh? How are things going up there, eh? Hopefully things are fine there in Canada. I know certainly they are. They're getting pretty interesting over here. Is all I will say. They're getting pretty interesting over here. Anyway. But we got a lot to get to. Of course, Money in the Bank was last night. I'll give my thoughts, or share my thoughts, I should say, on this. And I want to hear your thoughts as well. So please leave it as we go in the chat. But Money in the Bank was an interesting show for multiple reasons. You obviously had the big return of R-Truth. That was a shocker, to say the least, but in both a good way and also this probably shouldn't have happened to begin with way. But regardless, I think that there's a lot of like good stuff kind of trickled into that pay-per-view that is still overshadowed by the larger conversations of what WWE isn't doing right. We'll talk about that. I got Michelle, who is sharing their thoughts right now. I've been angry all week about this. I was cussing TKO. I called Triple H a sellout, but after he took the hoodie off, I got emotional, and I'm even emotional talking to you about it, Omer. Well, I know certainly a lot of people were emotional about this whole R-Truth situation, so we can get right into it if we really want to. As I adjust myself so you guys can see me clearly. Let's just get right into it, I guess. The R-Truth situation that never went away. We got Frank G Life. What's going on, man? Happy but confused at the same time with R-Truth. So we'll talk about the R-Truth situation. Happy Sunday to you too, Frank. Hopefully you're doing well, my friend. Guys, be sure to smash that thumbs up as we dive right into the me to just kind of voice over everything that's going on. So last night, the main event saw Logan Paul and John Cena team up to face the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and WWE World Champion Jey Uso. And in the overall, it was like I thought it was a bad match. I'll be honest, very slow, like just can't. Oh, was I muted on the other slide? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I think we're back. But let me know if I'm not. But so Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena and Logan Paul. It was as slow as I thought it would be. I think, this is more evidence than I think ever that Cena, unfortunately, just does not have that gear anymore. And, like, I'm not trying to say that to be a smartass or whatever, but at the same time, man, like, in a way, it is kind of sad. And it's one thing to take these shortcuts, but it's like you got three other people who were supposed to be able to also carry this match, but it felt like the match was essentially carried by John Cena and Jey Uso, who are, like, of the four workers in that match, the two weakest workers, and the gap between the other two is just not even close, right? So to me, I was like, this match is slow. It's boring. I was expecting like a return at the end. Like there was a reason why this match was in the main event. So I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, we're probably gonna get a major return, or we're gonna get an attempted cash in thwarted by a return. And in my head, I was like, it would make sense for the person to thwart Seth Rollins to be Roman Reigns. And instead of Roman, we got something even more unexpected. At the end of the match, when John Cena was about to cheat to win, we got a hooded figure coming out to attack John Cena and help the babyfaces pick up the victory. And it was indeed Ron the Truth Killings. So, R-Truth, a.k.a. Ron Killings, people over there, say what's up. Hopefully everyone can hear me now. Came back, made his return, and helped the babyfaces thwart John Cena and the very dastardly Logan Paul, which I think is fantastic. I thought that was great, and we'll get into some of the news here, but R-Truth is back, it looks like, and it looks like he's back on a new deal. And this comes after like a week, basically, of fans saying, we want truth. Of fans saying that they were not happy with the way things went down. And I think even more so than fans, honestly, what probably tipped this over the edge in WWE were two things. Number one, the fact that management looked really bad in the press. They were looking horrible in the press. And you combine that with the fact that talent were very upset by this, and they made their feelings about the situation known. There's reports of this that have been out there about people having emotional conversations, about people voicing their displeasure at the way this was handled as well, because according to Fightful, it looks like R-Truth was kind of just told by some random person in talent relations about the decision rather than someone who was a little bit more higher up, which, begs the question, all right, you've been at this company for 17 years. And I don't care whether you work at a wrestling company. I don't care whether you work at a sawmill. I don't care whether you work in a mine. If you've given 17 years of your life and of your career to one place, then I think you deserve a little bit of respect on the way out, especially when it seemed to be a situation where they were trying to cut costs. And a new R-Truth contract just was not that advantageous to them, despite the fact that R-Truth, the week that decision was made public, was one of your top merch sellers, despite all that. Okay. By the way, I see it's Taco Kid. What's up, Taco Kid? And also, yes, this is a distinction. R-Truth is now being called Ron the Truth Killings, or Ron Killings. So, I'll pull up that tweet because they literally already have merch up for him, and the merch is advertised as Ron Killings. Anyway, so there was that, and then the other reports kind of trickled in. We have this one, courtesy of Bodyslam.net and Corey Hayes. Nick Khan reached out to facilitate a new WWE deal with R-Truth, Ron Killings. According to the source, the new deal came together sometime Friday. The new deal isn't a normal active working talent deal, but it gives R-Truth the opportunity for one final run. We'll come back to this, but this was something that came about in response, it looks like, to R-Truth's WWE. He called it a release, but the decision for them not to renew his contract. So you have this report, courtesy of Bodyslam.net, the good folks over there, Cassidy Haynes and company. And then I'm just going to try to go over here before I get cooked. We also had this other report from PW Insider. R-Truth is back in WWE and will be going under the Ron Killings name going forward, his real name, at least initially. The decision to bring him back happened over the past 72 hours. Again, this happened very quickly. This happened in response, not at work. This is not a work. I want to be clear about this. this happened in response. And for those of you asking, this is the confirmation. WWE shop put out this graphic. Ron Killings. They're selling Ron Killings merch, not R-Truth merch. So it looks like he will be going under the Ron Killings name, which I think is fantastic. So you have this, and then you have the reaction. And the reaction was overwhelmingly positive from fans. The reaction was overwhelmingly positive from people who on the post show were very excited about this. Even I believe Jackie Redmond was in tears about it. Cody Rhodes spoke about it on the post show, actually contradicting what Triple H had to say. And speaking of which, I know that's a big topic of discussion. So let's take a listen. Let's take a listen to the guy, the man, the myth, the legend, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Let's take a listen to what he had to say in reaction to this R-Truth
Was he
news.
actually released or leaving the company?
Yeah. Sorry, one second. Let's turn that up a little.
Oh,
shoot.
Leaving the company, and if so, how much did fans play a role in it, or was there something else that made you guys decide, like, you know what, we want this guy still here?
I love the question. You enjoying the show? Whole part of the show, man.
Okay. So, yes, global brand Triple H, triple global brand H, Paul Triple H Levesque, whatever you want to call him. He implied that this was all part of the show in a very cheeky and narcissistic way. Even though everyone and their mother basically knows that this was not a work. I even saw, I think it was Fade Media, shout out to him, tweeted out, "Oh man, you all got worked." And then R-Truth, there's so much here. But step by step. Okay. Instant reaction to this came from a lot of people, most notably R-Truth's son, who reposted this on his Instagram story and basically said, "Stop the cap." I don't think you guys can see it pretty well. Let me see if I can. That's the wrong one. You can see it's like a little caption in the corner. "Stop the cap." Crazy. All right? Crazy. So R-Truth's son, then "Stop the cap." He confirmed that it was a new deal. And also, you had the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes on the post-show presser say, "You guys wanted R-Truth, and it's always our job, everybody here, Triple H, Nick Khan, to give you what you want. So thank you guys for letting us know. Thank you." That is an indictment on what Triple H had to say. It's a contradiction, I should say, of what Triple H had to say. Because this was not part of a larger narrative. This was not part of a work storyline. This was a mistake that WWE made. And while I do agree, it is good that they went back on the mistake and they gave R-Truth the deal. And now they're going to work this into an awesome story, hopefully. Well, TBD. The fact remains that they are trying to spin this as, "You goddamn fans getting worked again." And if you guys don't believe R-Truth's son, if you guys don't believe basically anybody else, again, I mentioned Fadeaway Media. Shout out to Fadeaway Media. This is one of the greatest moments in history. We all got worked. R-Truth is back in WWE. To which R-Truth himself replied, "No work." No, I'm going to be abundantly clear with you guys. This was not a work. This was WWE. I'm not going to say owning up to their mistake because they didn't own up to it. But this was WWE going back on a mistake they made, which I guess is progress, which I would say is progress. It's a good thing. It's what the fans wanted. They listened. That's a good thing at the end of the day. 100% TKO did not anticipate fans and even wrestlers themselves giving them so much backlash. Because they don't care, right? Do you think Ron, a.k.a. R-Truth, will be funny or more serious? I expect Ron Killings to be funny. I expect R-Truth to be funny, but I expect Ron Killings to be a more serious character. I think that was, I think that was made clear with what we saw this last night. I think they went out there and they wanted you to know that Ron Killings is the more serious version of R-Truth. R-Truth is like insane or whatever, but Triple H said nothing about R-Truth. I mean, he did say something. He said a little something, something. The truth will set you free, and it did. Hello, Eric, by the way. Truth would never joke about losing his job when so many wrestlers have actually lost their job from WWE recently. It's just something you don't do. Absolutely. And FightfulSelect.com actually had a good report about this where they basically said that R-Truth had very emotional conversations with other talent once it was announced that he would no longer be signed with WWE. And you don't have those emotional conversations with other talent. You don't go to that length in these days to protect a storyline. That does not happen. It should not happen. It's dumb. It's stupid. It's carny bullshit. Cody told the truth. Absolutely, he did. Now he can go back to doing not much again. Good for him, I guess. I mean, I think he's going to have an impact immediately on the story. Let's be clear. Triple H and WWE deserve no credit for this. The people that deserve all the credit are R-Truth and fellow wrestlers and fans. Yeah. It's kind of like, like in a way, it's kind of like to a varying degree, right? It reminds me of like the Yes movement a little bit. Not that there's like this massive movement to propel R-Truth to the main event of WrestleMania, although you never know these days. But, with Bryan, it was WWE fighting it every step of the way. Until it was undeniable, until the shows were getting hijacked like week in, week out, and you knew, everybody, and even Vince McMahon knew that if they put Batista versus Randy Orton in the main event of Mania that year, it was going to be one of the least well-received Manias of all time. And they had to do it. I think in a very similar way they had to do this. And I'll explain more why. Think Cena getting pinned early into his run is a mistake? No, I think everyone's kind of realized that this is not good. It's evident, I think, with the way this has gone. John Cena has been around doing this for over 20 years. I think he understands that right now this run is not good. He has to. And I think for John, it's one of those things where probably better right now to lose the belt, cut your losses on this bad storyline, and move forward with the happy-go-lucky John Cena babyface run to end it all. Yes. Like, the 17th World Championship victory will always be a historic moment. The heel turn itself, the actual moment, will be a cool-ass moment. Everything after that, though, is going to be remembered as probably the worst heel turn in WWE history. In my view, it is the worst. I don't think that there's... Like, you can talk about Stone Cold after X7 being a very bad heel turn, and it was bad. But this has been genuinely one of the most disappointing storylines in WWE history. In wrestling history, period. Just disappointing. We had all fantasy booked, and I covered this in another video. We had all fantasy booked the John Cena heel run for years. There's so many ways you could do it, and you could make an argument that there was no bad way to do it. And I had even said, like, there's no way WWE can fuck this up. Somehow, some way, they fucked it up. I don't know. It is baffling. It is genuinely baffling that they somehow found a way to mess up the John Cena heel turn like this. Happy 31st birthday, former Money in the Bank winner, SmackDown Women's Champion, Forever Women's, one half of the 4 Women's Tag Team Champions. Oh, okay, 4-time Women's Tag Team Champion, Liv Morgan. I can't read today. Shout out to Liv Morgan. Happy birthday. Cena's heel promos have been great. I'm glad someone thinks so. Like, and I don't mean that. Like, I'm not trying to be a smartass. Like, I genuinely am happy that someone's getting enjoyment out of it. I think they've been. I don't know. This make me sad. 'Cause I'm just like, man, really, like this happy-go-lucky baby BS. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I expected too much out of it. Maybe I'm the problem. I enjoyed the first time as a heel, and then the heel turn today. I enjoy his first time as heel, and then the heel turn today. Yeah, and I know like I'm probably in the I'm not in the minority. I know I'm probably like on one side or the other of the heel debate, but it is what it is. While the turn to Chamber was good, I think they should have done a heel turn during the Mania match. That was what I was always pitching. I was always pitching him heel turning in the main event of WrestleMania to just be a massive moment. But look, the final boss came in and he said, no, John Cena, someone's getting their soul sucked tonight. Whoa, that's a final boss. That's what I do. I suck souls. Someone's getting their soul sucked tonight is crazy, though. You think AJ Styles will leave? I don't know. I think if he's a free agent, he is going to get one of those like can't miss deals with AEW though. If he becomes a free agent, I think AJ Styles will probably go to AEW. I saw enough yesterday to know Mr. Iguana needs to say wrestling and dethrone John Cena. Yes. Yo, that was honestly, the Mr. Iguana getting a standing Spanish fly was who's it? Lince Dorado. It was Lince Dorado giving him a standing Spanish fly at Worlds Collide was awesome. Worlds Collide was a fun show, I will say. Like, and again, I know it speaks to different types of wrestling fans or whatever, but Worlds Collide was a spectacular show. I enjoyed it. I had fun watching it, and that main event slapped. Like Chad Gable versus El Hijo del, or sorry. What does hold up, no. What does Triple H call him? He's like Hijo Vikingo, like or whatever. No, Michael Cole was like Velkingo. That's what Michael Cole was like, Velkingo. I'm like, bro, Velkingo is crazy. How you gonna call my boy Velkingo? Shout out to my boy Vikingo. All right, El Hijo del Vikingo. It did seem like Hijo del Vikingo was dealing. Vikingo. Oh my God, I'm doing it now. Damn it, Michael Cole. It did seem like Hijo del Vikingo was dealing with a knee issue in the Worlds Collide main event, but there was no injuries coming out of the show. Thank God for that. Thank God for that. Thank God for that. Yeah, Vikingo and everybody else over there, great job. El Grande almost had it. What a tragedy. Justice for El Grande. Thank you, Bret Hart. I'm glad that the Pride of Canada is... This is like some new... I love it. This is some like NAFTA stuff right here, where Bret Hart, the Pride of Canada, talking about this luchador who represents America, but it was like from Mexico. Shout out to this. This is peak comedy right here. I love this. But I agree. I'm a mark for El Grande Americano. I think it's because I know some people are don't like the gimmick, and I think people are definitely entitled to feel that way for sure. At the same time, for me, I'm kind of like, man, look, we all know what this is, and this is like far from like the way that these types of gimmicks have been portrayed historically. I think the end goal is obvious, right? It is for the character to get his comeuppings. And I think that there's a storyline to be told there where you can make this idiot look like an idiot. And that's the comeuppance he's going to get. He was using Chelsea Green shoes because he forgot. Yes. He was using Chelsea Green shoes. That was the CG. Good catch. Good catch, Wall Street. King Gable could make up for it. Yo, shout out to King Gable will be crazy. I mean, I'm not watching that Saudi propaganda show, but Gable will be crazy. This to me, Omer, rivals may be bigger than the Yes Movement in terms of what it represents in the industry. I'm not. Look. I know I'm not gonna put down anyone's ideas today. I'm gonna be very positive today. I don't agree, but shout out to you, Michelle. This is the best part about pro wrestling, man. Feel the way you want to feel. I think the Yes. I mean, I think there's like a clear difference for me though, in like the main event of Mania being impacted, and like this cool character getting a job back. Like again, I think it's all in a similar vibe. Oh, okay. Well, shout out to you. El Grande, a.k.a. Chad Gade. Chad Gade. That's his real name? Who will Seth cash in on? Anyone other than Cena's belt, regardless of who has it? I think he'll cash in on the World Championship. Probably Jay. Or like whoever, or Gunther. I mean, actually, now it's not going to be Gunther, right? Because you would think Gunther versus Goldberg is the retirement match at Saturday night's main event for Goldberg in Atlanta. So, yeah, I mean, I think it would be Jey Uso. I think Rollins cashes in on Jey Uso. He holds that belt until like WrestleMania, and then they do the storyline with Braun Breaker winning the belt, or winning the Royal Rumble, and then winning the belt at Mania. Seth Rollins is cashing in on Jey Uso probably as early as tomorrow. Yeah, that is possible. That is very well possible. Yo, what does LA Knight do now? What does LA Knight do now? Bro is defeated like the old guy in LA Fitness trying to run basketball. Bro, it's over. Hey, yo. Not Unk at LA Fitness. No. Oh, man. My boy's getting bodied at LA Fitness. That's crazy. I think LA Knight is LA Knight. Like, I think he has hit his ceiling in WWE. That doesn't mean he won't ever be like a world champion, but he'll never be the WWE champion. At least not right now. I mean, it's just not in the cards for him right now. I think they see him in a certain spot, and there's just a lot of other wrestlers that are kind of in line before him, if that makes sense. I'm happy Naomi is finally getting her due as a heel, the best she's ever been. I agree. I think Naomi's heel work has been impeccable. I think it's been fantastic. And I would hope that she holds on to that briefcase for, like, not like forever, but like a good while. I think that briefcase in Naomi's hands over the next couple of months is just a reason for her to come out and cut like just the most obnoxious heel promos on TV. And she's good at them. She's good at getting heat. She's good at she's really good at it. So that's what I would do. In fact, like, you can make an argument, man. Have Jade Cargill win King of the Ring, or Queen of the Ring, and then have her go on to win the belt, and then Naomi cashes in right when she wins the belt for the first time. That would be epic. This is epic. LA Knight will be stuck in mid-card forever, mark my words. LA Knight's ceiling is mid-card. I mean, in WWE, yeah. Day one, it's just me. Also, yo, it's like, day one, it's like 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. Bro, I love Jay. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, he was just like, I gotta say something. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. Oh, man. I still have a feeling that Roman will return and face Rollins for the title. I think that's probably SummerSlam. Which is why I think Rollins will probably cash in on Jay before SummerSlam. Seth and Punk are now the only people in WWE history to win Money in the Bank 2 times. Yes, actually. I was about to say The Miz, but then I'm like, wait, no. He didn't win it twice. The Miz, he didn't win it twice. The Miz cashed in twice. Because he stole, or he won it, quote unquote, from, I guess technically he won it twice, but like he won it in a match from Otis. If he wants a world title, he'll have to go to TNA or NXT. Yeah, probably. Just the reality. Just like the reality is, I will be a lot nicer to you guys once all of you hit that like button. Guys, there's 24 of you in the chat right now, and I appreciate every single one of you. But please, please, please hit that like button. It means more people see the channel, more people see the stream, and it helps the channel grow. Also, while you're at it, I'm just going to do a shameless plug for my latest video that came out today. I mean, I have a bunch, as you guys know, I have many channels. But did a video earlier talking about how the women's division is basically the last hope for WWE. So please, please, please do me a favor and go check that out. Go over there, click that, hit that like button. It's a great video. All my videos are great. Please go enjoy my videos. Although this one's, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. The algo hates this video. But if you love it, go hit that like button over there. Anyway, what else we got, guys? What would you rate Money in the Bank out of 10? The pay-per-view? Like a 6, 7, 6, 6.5. I'll give it a 6.5. Above average. I thought that, the main event was bad. It was just really bad. It was made only for that one moment at the end, which was a really cool moment. But other than that, like the main event was like dog cheeks. Like it is what it is. I'm not gonna say much more. I liked a lot of the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. I thought the ending was kind of contrived with "I hate you, Solo," after I just helped you climb up this ladder and very meticulously. Anyway, I thought that part was a very contrived. I thought Jacob could have just easily have, cost him, but whatever. The women's Money in the Bank ladder match I thought was, pretty good. Not as good as last year's. Last year's to me is like one of the best Money in the Bank ladder matches ever. But this was pretty good. The right person won in Naomi. And then you had Lyra versus Becky, which I thought was good. So, like, it was good. But it wasn't like, A-level pay-per-view stuff, in my view. You plugging that video is like WWE plugging dude wipes is crazy. I mean, at least I don't have like a dude wipes like ladder or whatever. At least this like table isn't sponsored by Slim Jim. Yo, those Slim Jim tables actually look worse than I thought they would, bro. Like it's bad. Like here's the thing. I don't mind advertising is advertising is whatever, it's part of the deal now. I don't mind advertising for specific things when it makes sense. Like Cash App advertising on the Money in the Bank ladder or in the Money in the Bank briefcase makes sense to me. It makes total sense to me. Like, that's brand synergy right there, right? Look, I work in PR. I know this. But like, that's brand synergy and it makes sense. Yeah, okay, the Cash App Money in the Bank briefcase. All right, cool. We can get with that. But then we're talking about like Slim Jim tables and Fireball ladders. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here, buddy? And I'll be honest, like, I would have less of a problem with the advertising if it was like Lowe's or Home Depot sponsoring the ladders, because it's like, or like the ladders or the table, because it's like, all right, look, in storyline, Home Depot is providing these tables, right? Like, you could do a thing like that, but no, instead it's like, haha, Slim Jim, snap into it. Oh, tastes like wood. Can't wait for TKO to start forcing wrestlers to wear advertising on the gear. It will happen. It will 100% happen. I mean, Brock basically did it for himself for a couple of years. He used to have Jimmy John's on his gear. Table snaps, get it? Very smart. What else, guys? What else we want to talk about today? Oh, actually, no. One more thing on this R-Truth situation. Sorry, I was just reading this update on The Miz from Instagram. Miz clarifies his situation. He and the company are in very good standing. He has not recently changed any social profiles. He has not unfollowed the company. All right, so clarification there. Hold up. There was one. Okay, yeah. So there was this tweet from Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics.
Rolling.
I think is a fantastic source for a lot of things, especially if you're looking at like ratings and whatnot, and just general trends for a wrestling company. He is the most wonderful, beautiful, and like affable like source for all of this. Shout out to Brandon Thurston. But yeah, he tweeted out, a brand is in response to this video of Triple H essentially saying that the R-Truth situation was all part of the show, brother. He said, a brand is roughly three things. 1, quality of your product. 2, trustworthiness of your communication. 3, behavior of talent and leadership. The old business, when the only company controlled the information, is long gone. This works on a dwindling number of people and alienates the rest. And as someone, again, who works in communications and PR, I can tell you this is 100% correct. This type of stuff is of a bygone era. An era when WWE was not only the only company out there, but when information didn't travel as fast, right? Like, not everyone was reading the dirt sheets. And now the dirt sheets are everywhere. The quote-unquote dirt sheets, right? They're everywhere. Wrestling journalists are all over the place. The information is traveling so quickly that WWE can't possibly control the narrative on everything. So for them to completely ignore the reality, right? Yeah, it's going to cause even like your most like, I mean, not some of your most, like, I guess, I don't know. There's still a bunch of, like, E-drones. They're like, oh, you got work. Like, ugh. I almost gave myself a concussion there. But, like, you know, there's still going to be a bunch of E-drones who go out there and literally go, oh, they're going to do this will work, and you all got worked. I'm smarter than you because I didn't believe that Triple H would ever make a decision like this. And we all know it's bullshit. We all know it's not true, right? And like, you have talent. You literally have talent coming out and saying that he was really, like, you have R-Truth confirming it. You, like, what more do you people need? But again, the number of people who actually believe that crap are dwindling. The number of people who actually believe that crap are like, basically virtually non-existent. They're just like clout chasers. And that's fine. Get your money. Get your bag, King. I don't care. But, like, it's just, for like, the fact of the matter is a lot of people are going to look at that and be like, man, it's just obvious. Booing Cody. Wasn't that part of the reason he left AEW? Oh, no. That's a different thing. No. That's actually a project I'm working on, why Cody left AEW. That's probably going to be on Wrestle Vibes, though. Yeah, they said it was predictable that Seth would lose because of Roman, when the real predictable outcomes are people picking Punk and LA Knight to win all the time. Shout out to CM Punk. That's all I will say. Shout out to CM Punk, one of my favorite wrestlers. R-Truth's son conflamed it. Yes, R-Truth's son did conflame it. Chair sponsored by Dude Wipes. Make you sit down. Chair sponsored by Dude Wipes. Ladder sponsored by Fireballs. Table sponsored by Slim Jims. Could you imagine that? Like, it'd be a TLC match presented by Dude Wipes, Fireball, and Slim Jim. Snap into it. WWE. Jesus. Oh, man, that's like, it's actually going to freaking happen. Kendo Sig brought to you by MLB Baseball. I mean, why not? I mean, well, it would be MLB because the B in MLB stands for baseball. But automatic, yeah. He's brought out the table, sponsored by Slim Jim. Oh my gosh. The Slim Jim table, man. The Slim Jim table. They should make the ring mat sponsor look cool like New Japan has it. Yeah, New Japan has cool stuff. I mean, it's like, I mean, I don't mind the mat as much, like, except for when Prime was on it. It's because I hate Prime. Maybe they'll listen and stop so many advertising. Hell no. That is one thing they will not listen to, because the money that they are making from advertising, nope. They're gonna be like, brother, we'll bring back R-Truth 5 more times before we do that. hell, we'll buy TNA at a loss, before we do that. 7-Eleven bottom turnbuckles, yeah. I mean, again, the ring I care less about. I do care about like, oh, dude, like kendo sticks sponsored by like, freaking whatever. What was it? A Snoop Dogg like gin or whatever? Like, nah, we ain't doing all that, bro. No, they won't listen to stop advertising because they already they're $3 billion in debt. Taco Kid's been doing some calculations. That is I'm not gonna say it's a fact, but they are. There's a lot of funny stuff that's going on with, or that has gone on with Endeavor. Is all I will say, for sure. A lot of funny stuff that's gone on with Endeavor. Do you think Seth cashes in tomorrow? I could see it. Question. Can you imagine Mariah May being Mariah Storm and Tony Khan having a meltdown on X? Why would he have a melt? I don't think Tony would have a meltdown on X. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't understand like why Mariah Storm would be a thing. I think Mariah March, I guess, well, isn't that her real name? Well, I don't know. I mean, she's getting her name changed. We know that much. But I don't really see a reason why Tony would melt down over that. I think he just Tony's got tunnel vision, man. Tony's worried about his own product. He's got one of the biggest shows he's gonna ever put on coming up. I think he's more concerned with that than he is with Mariah May. And that's not like a knock on Mariah May. It's just the truth, right? Like, he should be concerned with his product. Good LA Knight finally run its course? Yeah. Aw, no. Jade is already the Storm in the company. No. Her name is Jade Cargill, all right? Mariah Storm could very well be a thing. Mariah May to Mariah June. Every month she just changes her name. That'd be actually wild. I'm Mariah January. It's like, it's a bit cold outside. Like, that would actually be cool. What else we got? If you watch the UFC, sponsors in WWE is barely anything compared to how many they have in UFC. Yep, man, it's the same company. So get ready, man. Get ready. Do you think WWE will learn the right lessons from the R-Truth release? Nope. They were compelled to do this because of bad PR. I don't think they're going to learn from bad PR because at the end of the day, they know that R-Truth is kind of like a special person in that not many people could have created the firestorm that was created by this. So I don't think you're going to see there's not the same outcry for Carlito. There's not the same outcry for Valhalla. It just is. I don't think they're gonna learn, quote unquote, anything. Do you think a team or partnership of Mariah May and Logan Paul can do work or heat they can do? I'm not sure that they would work with each other well. Considering who Logan Paul is, but WWE bleeding money right now. AEW is going to be gaining is gaining from the bleeding. We would some attitude era storyline to rash up on PG environment. Who you got on Okada versus Omega? Well, I got a video coming out covering Okada versus Omega, what it means and how dope it is. Look, I am going to be cheering for me when I'm asking, because I'm just gonna be like, oh yes, I get to witness it live and in living color. I will be in Dallas for All In. I'm super hyped for that. Yeah, dude, I can't wait. I cannot wait for that show. It's gonna be epic. And getting to witness, I don't care. I don't give a crap that they're 5, 6, 7 years older than they were in 2018. I don't care. Do not miss me with that. I am going to see Okada versus Omega on North American soil. I am happy. I am a happy, happy, happy camper. That's all I want. That's all I wanted for the longest time. Are you Bret Hart the wrestler? Yes, this is Bret Hart confined. Slowly, WWE Titan. Okay, so that's really you in the chat. Yes, this is Bret Hart confined. Very overhyped. What is very overhyped? Nothing screams main event for me like LA Knight. He has zero aura. No. I would argue LA Knight only has aura. He he only has aura, but like it's a lot of aura, and he can work. He can definitely work. I wish the segment of R-Truth confusing Mariah May with Carmella, like Truth confusing Triple H with Ciampa. That would actually be funny. I can see Sammy turning heel soon. Me too. Okada needs to stop phoning it in. I promise you this. He will not phone it in at all in. I think you are going to get the... you're going to get Okada. You're going to get Okada. I think because... I mean, he always had like a bit of a knock on him about this in New Japan that I don't think people who hadn't like seen him before were necessarily ready for. Like there was the knock on Okada that he was, like he would phone it in from time to time. That he would only really go big and go hard during those major matches. And that's why Kenny Omega was always his best opponent, because you would get the best match. He would be like one of the few people who get like insane matches out of Okada. And like, in my view, they had the best match of all time. 2 out of 3 falls at Dominion 2018 is the greatest professional wrestling match in any company. Better than Shawn versus Taker, better than Rock versus Austin, better than Bret Hart versus Owen, all of it. Like, that match to me is the greatest professional wrestling match of all time. It has everything you could ever want from a wrestling match, from storyline, in-ring, action, everything. Don Callis on commentary selling it the entire way. The history that they had going into that match, it is genuinely one of the most spectacular things I've ever seen, and it is exactly what professional wrestling was meant to be. So, anyway, why are you defending WWE so much? Their product is junk. What am I defending? I thought it was a fine pay-per-view. Like, it was fine. It was okay. The main event was trash, but it's also like it's WWE. The product is junk right now, I will say. I will agree. But at the same time, some of my favorite wrestlers are still there. So shout out to them. Oh, man, Will Washington getting in on the action. If you successfully worked your fans, why would you then immediately admit to it being a work rather than letting them live in the moment? Tell me when he's telling lies. Tell me when he's telling lies. Shout out to Will Washington, man. Everybody's getting the smoke. I'm sorry for my comment on Stephanie. She's very beautiful and amazing wife material. Hey, man, no, don't be sorry for calling a woman beautiful or calling anyone beautiful. I think, don't be sorry. People can be beautiful, just like me. No, it's not my opinion. I don't care for AEW that much anymore, but we are all entitled to our opinions. Just don't watch WWE if you don't like it. I mean, I like some of the stuff. I just don't like most of it. That's the issue. I want it to be better. I think there's nothing wrong with watching wrestling and wanting it to be better. With him now being billed as Ron Killings, what do you think about him being more serious like he was in TNA? I think that's what we're going to get, at least for the next little bit. And guess what we're going to get? I dig your channel. Thank you. Salute to you, my guy. Salute to you. Salute to everybody, man. What else we got to talk about? Guys, be sure to smash that thumbs up if you haven't already. What else we got to talk about? What else is popping off right now? Omer, you'll never... What? We will never call you beautiful. That would be a lie. Hey, screw you, Wall Street Money. At least I don't have to... Look, I am a sexy man. Hold up. Look, this is. I will pull out Shawn Michaels lyrics and start singing the song. Think Cody is definitely one to dethrone Cena, or any chance Punk or someone less predictable. Punk would be interesting, and that would be a really cool way to get the belt on him. I think it's gonna be Cody though. I just don't see any way that it doesn't end up being Cody. I do think they wanna go with him. Omer, no doubt, outside of Maven's channel, yours is the best wrestling channel. Shout out to Maven, man. Shout out to Maven. I like that. You want to talk about a beautiful man? That's a beautiful man. But if only he had this. Only he had this. Shout out to Maven. I do dig his content though, especially him pulling out the fake money. He's like, I made this much money. Like he's just like pulling out wads of cash. Awesome. Nikki Bella is returning. That made me turn off my TV when they announced, hey, come on now. Look, shout out to Nikki Bella. She has been through a considerable amount, and I'm glad she's gonna be making a return. Again, she wasn't like my favorite wrestler or whatever, but like, you know, shout out to her. AEW is basically sports entertainment with pro wrestling. I mean, that's what wrestling is. It's just what wrestling is. Shout out and respect to the biggest O, or to the too big O. Sorry, Kenny Baum. Kenny Baum has infested the mind. The biggest Ohm. Shout out to Kenny. I can't wait, man. Kenny and I are actually planning on going all in together, so I'm hyped for that. I think Cody is gonna win the King of the Ring. Have they announced who's in King of the Ring yet? I know it's going to be in like in Saudi, but have they announced who's in it? Because it's going to be at Night of Champions, right? No, so it looks like they have not announced who's going to be in King of the Ring. So the SmackDown... Wait, so it's a SmackDown event. It says SmackDown Championship. Who has the SmackDown? Is Cena the SmackDown? I don't know. There's no brand split right now. King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring being one fatal four-way, and then the brand finals is just so lazy. I mean, yeah, that's... Look, brother. I don't know what to tell you. Watch the show. They said Jade and Charlotte for the women. I could see Jade. I would say Jade, if she's in it, is probably my favorite there. But we'll see. I believe Hangman is the guy to dethrone Jon Moxley and end the Death Rider story arc. Inshallah. Like, inshallah. That's all I gotta say, man. I am very hyped for this show. For All In, and a big reason is because of the stuff they're doing with Hangman and telling the story of his redemption. There is a part of me that is like, AEW, don't be doing this. don't play with me right now. Because, you know, part of me is always going to be a little bit nihilistic about it and be like, all right, well, maybe they're just going to do Darby anyway, but I highly doubt it. I think we're going to get Hangman winning, inshallah. I'll tell you this: I'm gonna be crashing out in Texas if he doesn't win. John Cena is the champion for now. Is WrestleMania in Las Vegas? Yes. So this was also a big story from last night. A couple of big stories that had nothing to do with the matches last night coming out. We have now confirmed that WrestleMania will be in Las Vegas once again. Let me just pull up the quote here. Got Triple H on going back to Las Vegas for WrestleMania next year. Going to Las Vegas when you have record... Oh, Jesus Christ. It's parody. Like, I didn't even read this quote. It's beyond parody. Like, look at what he said. Going to Las Vegas when you have record-shattering biggest WrestleMania of all time. It's a great way to say we'll be back in the entertainment capital of the world, and we look forward to breaking this year's record there. Just like, bro, I'm so sorry. I'm so done with this late stage capitalist BS that WWE is doing, where they're rubbing in your faces how much they're charging you money and breaking record gates. I'm sorry. Record attendance is definitely something to gloat about. Record attendance is definitely something to tout. I am all fine with that. You had X amount of people. It's a shoot ton of people. Great job. I don't care how much money you freaking make. I don't care as a fan. Like, we can break it down and talk about it, but bro, they are so transparent. They were so transparent about we're breaking records. Look how much we're charging you. Like, it's fine to do this, like, you know, for major for major times, I guess. Like it's fine and it's interesting from a business perspective to look at these things, bro. WrestleMania is coming back to Vegas. Hype up the event. We all know it's because of the money. We all know it's because of the money. You don't have to tout it every freaking time. Like, Jesus Christ. And on top of that, you're going to be charging like $20,000 for people to attend WrestleMania, so it's not going to matter. Like, you are pricing out the actual fans who have been there watching, and you're trying to get that more affluent base. I get it, because Mark Shapiro trying to extract as much value as possible, and instead of like putting on shows that matter, instead of putting on shows that actually tell good stories, you're feeding your fans crap. And gotta watch the blood pressure. Gotta watch the blood pressure. But I mean, yeah, it's crap, man. I don't care. I'm not going to Vegas for Mania. Like, this is just, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? Like, it's gonna cost like $10,000 to attend a WrestleMania. Too much money and not good. That's my main thing. That's a good point. If WWE television was good, I wouldn't be crashing out about this. But you're putting on crap TV, and then you're talking about record gates. Shut the heck up, man. What other matches do you think will happen at All In? So we're definitely getting Swerve. I do think we're gonna end up getting Swerve and Ospreay, or if not Swerve and Ospreay, there we'll get Swerve teaming with Ospreay to take on the Young Bucks, and then, which I think is cool. But I would much rather have like Swerve and Ospreay 3 happen there. But we know that Swerve versus Ospreay is also going to be happening, or supposed to happen this week on Dynamite. It's going to be very interesting to see what they do with that. But we already have Toni Storm versus Mercedes Moné. We already have Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada. We already have Hangman Adam Page versus Jon Moxley. We know for a fact that Ospreay and Swerve will be doing something, whether it's as a tag team or singles. We also know for a fact that the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, the greatest professional wrestler of all time, will be at All In. So you can make your guesses as to who he's going to face. I would say it would make sense from a storyline perspective for it to be Wheeler Yuta. That being said, I think that there's there's room there for other storylines as well. You would think that the Hurt Syndicate, maybe going after the Trios Championships, would be a thing, and maybe that's how they break them up, and how MJF turns on the Hurt Syndicate, or vice versa, whatever it's going to be. Or you could have the Hurt Syndicate break up before then and have the big match, Bobby Lashley versus MJF at All In, and then maybe MVP turns on Bobby Lashley and joins up with MJF. Do you think Jamie makes All In? I think so. I think she'll make All In. I think this All In is a good opportunity for AEW to maybe introduce the women's tag belts that we've kind of talked about and that Tony himself has hinted towards. I think they have a stacked women's roster. They have women's tag teams. They are very clearly setting up that division. I think it's just time to introduce the belts and book from there. Because I don't think you need another singles women's belt. I think you need a tag team division. Or you have a tag team division. You need something for them to chase in the tag team division there. Are you doing a video about Mariah May? Eventually, I will. Eventually, that was the plan this week, and then I was just, I was sick, so it was just like, I couldn't. I basically was like immobile for the first couple of days this week. Who would you pair her with, though? Who would I pair who with? Jamie? I mean, I doubt they're going to work together, considering some of the things have been reported. But Britt Baker would be good. I'd be down with that, but I don't think that's going to happen. Is Barley coming back at Evolution 2? Barley! I'm sorry. I know you mean Bailey, but like, is Barley coming back? It's like, it sounds like like what ODB's like Fed name would be. Barley is in the building. Like going ODB Barley. I'm sorry, that popped me. Barley. That's Barley. That's gotta be Barley. It's gotta be Barley. Do you imagine Bailey comes out with like one of those like wheat like things, like instead of like wings, it's like a wheat like thing on each side. It's like, that's Barley. Oh, dude. Yes, I think Bailey ends up being at Evolution. As far as how they book it, I mean, I actually, you guys want to see how I book Evolution? Go watch the video I just posted earlier today, and it'll show you. But I think there should be like 7 matches on that show. I hope you have a great Sunday and have amazing next week. And I will always love your channel. Appreciate it, Anthony. Appreciate it. Will Evolution be sponsored by Dude Wipes? I mean, that would be pretty tone deaf, but on brand. Frankly, is that Parsley his long list? Parsley. Oh God, we got some OSW heads, or maybe just some WCW 2000 fans. Parsley is crazy. Barley. Barley newer. God. Jesus, what are we even talking about now, guys? I don't even know. What else happened? It's gonna be barley line. It's gonna be barley line rule. Barley line rules. Maybe. Here we go. Anything. I love this line from Triple H. Anything worth doing is worth doing twice. Also, I will say, like, is it me or is there no, like, because, like, usually, right, ever since Triple H took over, they went back to putting numbers on WrestleMania. Like, it used to be the case. Vince didn't like to age WrestleMania, so he stopped putting, like, numbers on them. He's like, no, we're not going to do WrestleMania 32. It's just going to be WrestleMania Dallas. Is it me or did they get rid of, like, the numbers on this logo? I think they did. No 42. They're still referring to it as WrestleMania 42, though. Tatum Paxley and Alexa Bliss will make a hell of a tag team and call him, and I just called himself the Crazy Goth Girls and has CM Punk manage them because he likes crazy chicks. I mean, I guess so. I guess he likes them. 4-hour shows are crazy. Yeah, I mean, I do, like, here's the thing. I got no problem with them doing this given the circumstances because, like, the network was like, hey, we can't show Collision because we got other stuff going on Saturdays, but we'll give you a 4-hour block of Dynamite and sell those ads. And, you know, like, I think that's for once in a while, it's not bad. I don't have that much of a problem with it. If they go to 3-hour Dynamites, I will not be happy. I will say I will not be happy. What do we got? Can you release one guy who deserves? No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna release anybody. And also, releasing Sami Zayn is crazy. No, shout out to Sami. They should run Las Vegas in the Sphere. I think they will probably run SmackDown or Raw in the Sphere. I could see that. That would be, if you think Mania is expensive, though, Dude, that's just. You think Mania is expensive? Those Sphere tickets are going to be on some Will Ospreay stuff on another level, bruv. Money in the Bank was pretty good. Can't wait for Raw tomorrow. Who do you got in Omega and Okada? Winner take all. I got Omega. I got Omega too, but I could also see Okada winning. Like, that's, again, it would make all the sense in the world for Omega to hold both titles. But man, Okada beating Omega in a classic would be insane. It would put him over in a crazy way. $10,000 cheap seats. You joke, but like, I'm pretty. Hold up, let me see. I'm pretty sure that the UFC recently, like within the last year, ran the Sphere, and they were pretty pricey. One sec. How much do UFC tickets in the Sphere cost? We're hitting up ChatGPT because they're always right, but I will source it. I have a question about why AEW pay-per-views so long, ending at midnight. It has to do with, number one, how late they start. They usually start at like 8, so they're prone to go like 4 or 5 hours. Number two, and more importantly, like, Tony has a philosophy that he would rather give you more than less. And that is just the reality of it. Oh my goodness. So again, this is according to ChatGPT, which I don't use for everything, but I just was like, let me do a quick search here. For the Sphere, when UFC ran the Sphere, lowest entry level tickets were $725 plus fees. Those are 400 level tickets. Premium floor seats were $10,000. StubHub you could get in for, and basically any third-party app you could get in for like about 600, 700. That's crazy. That's crazy. Almost as crazy as just thinking about releasing Sami Zayn. That's insane. But yeah, I mean, going back to this, why AEW pay-per-view is so long. I mean, like, I still think you could cut down on the number of matches. Like, 12 match shows are crazy. But, I mean, the good thing about AEW is, like, there's always time. There's always something to watch. And, like, there's the good thing about, like, them having, like, some filler matches is you can miss a match or two and go wander off. I do that. I got matches I don't watch. Or I watch them back. Because, like, yeah, I'll go take a lap or whatever. Go get, like, food or go to the bathroom. You gotta do it, man. You gotta pace yourself. See, with WWE, at least with AEW, it's like you can, like, time out, like, specific matches to go to the bathroom in. With WWE, it's like everyone's going to the bathroom like every, like, 20 minutes because for like an hour, because there's no matches for like an hour in between. It's crazy. I remember I was at Bad Blood and I was just like so bored at that show. Like, that was me, man. Like, at least with AEW, it's like you're getting stuff. There's stuff going on. With WWE, it's just like, all right, now we got to wait 30 minutes for the next match. And we're waiting. Like, and in the arena, I just remember walking around. I was like, yo, this is like, fuck, I did the same thing at Elimination Chamber. I was at Elimination Chamber a couple of months ago. Shout out to that heel turn, by the way, which was crazy. But what's so special about the Sphere? It's just a really pretty lights. Like, in the simplest form, pretty lights. Man, oh man. What else we got, guys? 5 matches are too lows. Should always have 7 or 8. I would say 8 is like 7 to 8 is a very solid number. Even 7 is a little low to me. But like 8 is like perfect in my opinion. 12 is a lot. But like, I would rather have a lot than not, because you can pace yourself. You just got to be smart about it. You have to pace yourself. But yeah, guys. Also, I didn't even realize that like this is a thing until now. Apparently, there's like a community leaderboard. So you guys are competing for who's like leading the community. I guess I don't know. Yeah, community leaderboard. Wall Street Money is number 1. Original Frank is number 2, and then Batman is number 3. Come on, guys. Come on, people. Y'all can. Taco Kid. What are you doing down there at number 10, bro? What are you doing down there at number 10? Come on now. Shout out to Greta, by the way. Shout out to Greta, and screw all the assholes who are like saying disgusting shit about that. Anyway, WCW had the best pay-per-view names like Stark. Those WCW pay-per-view names were hit or miss. They were hit or miss because like for every Starrcade, Great American Bash, Fall Brawl, you would have like Hog Wild. Like Hog Wild is like objectively a trash name for a pay-per-view. Like you had hold on, let me go through the calendar. So you had Sold Out in the beginning of the year. And then it would go to God, what was their February pay-per-view? Hold up. So it was like Sold Out, and then you had another one in between that and Spring Stampede, and then I think it was Bash at the Beach. Bash at the Beach is a great name for a show too. Then Great American Bash. Then I think it was Fall Brawl. Then it was Super Brawl, I think, and then Fall Brawl. Then Halloween Havoc. Then World War III, and then Starrcade. I think that was right. Let me see. WCW's pay-per-views. Okay. So
I am going to ruin wrestling.
Oh, wrong. I hit the wrong thing. Oh God, this is like a really ad website. All right, hold up. Let me see. WCW pay-per-view calendar. Okay. I don't think I'm trying to find like something that has like a list. 3 times this week. Stephanie Vaquer, MVP of wrestling this week. Yeah, man. Stephanie Vaquer is killing it right now. She wrestled on SmackDown. She wrestled on Worlds Collide, and then the same day she wrestled over there at. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna figure this out, guys. So WCW, let's pick like 96, 97 is probably like a good year to pick. Oh my God, guys, come on. Okay, this is a really stupid way of finding this, but I found the pay-per-view list in order, I think. Yes, this is definitely in order. So it was Sold Out, then it was okay, so I got Super Brawl mixed up with I didn't even say Hog Wild, Roll Wild. Okay. So it's Sold Out, Super Brawl, Uncensored, which is the one I was missing. Then Spring Stampede, Slamboree, which I was also missing. Then Great American Bash. Then Bash at the Beach. Then Road Wild. Then Fall Brawl. Then Halloween Havoc. Then World War III and Starrcade. So Sold Out, epic name for a pay-per-view. Awesome. Super Brawl, I think it's like one of those names that only would work because WCW did it. So it worked for WCW. Uncensored, good name. Spring Stampede, it worked. Slamboree, I'm not a huge Slamboree fan. It worked for WCW, but it was like, it's not really a good name for a pay-per-view. Great American Bash, A tier. Bash at the Beach, A tier. Road Wild, trash. Fall Brawl, really good. Halloween Havoc, a S tier pay-per-view name. World War III was good, fine. The match sucked. Starrcade, S tier. Yeah, man. What do we got here? Omar, Kenny Omega confirmed on his Twitch that the reason Hikaru Shida hasn't been in AEW TV is because she has visa issues. Kenny is babysitting her cats. Play awesome friend he is. Yeah. There's a few wrestlers who are dealing with some visa issues, unfortunately. Which, happens when you got fascist, like trying to deny people entry. Allegedly. Hold up, let me see. WWE pay-per-view tiers. Can we do this? Is this a thing we can do? Oh, hold up, we could do this. You guys want to play? You guys want to have some fun real quick? You guys want to have some fun real quick? We could do this. We could do like WWE pay-per-view tier names or whatever. I got time. I got energy. You guys want to do this for a little bit? I don't know. I was having fun here. All right, let's start. Battleground. All right. Well, I'll do this quickly. Battleground. Yeah, shit. What do you got? Armageddon. Pretty good. I'll put that in pretty good. WrestleMania. Yeah, it's A tier. Tribute to the Troops. It's a good name, fine, but probably bottom of fine. Evolution. I would say like top of fine. Great American Bash, A tier. Night of Champions, I would say it's really good. Cyber Sunday, boring. Yeah, I'm not a huge Cyber Sunday fan. December to Dismember, great name, really good name. I'll put it like right below. Actually, no. Oh, Clash of Champions. How did I thought that was Night. Oh, hold up. No, Clash of Champions got to go in A tier. I'll put December to Dismember right below Armageddon for now. Okay, and then we got? No Mercy. I'll put that right up there with Evolution. Fatal 4-Way, trash. Great Balls of Fire, the greatest pay-per-view name in history. Hell in a Cell, trash. If your entire thing is I'm gonna name a pay-per-view after a match, I'm sorry, it is going in the trash tier. It like this automatic. It's going in the trash tier. Just gotta get rid of these ads, man. I hate ads. All right, I'll find a way to block them eventually. What else we got, guys? Judgment Day, I thought it was really good. I'll put it in pretty good. SummerSlam, also pretty good. One Night Stand, got overplayed. Nah. Bragging Rights, trash. Backlash, really good name. Love it. New Year's Revolution, epic name. No Way Out, good. War Games, trash because it's named after a match. What else we got? I'm loving this. Payback, trash. Money in the Bank, trash because it's named after a match. Taboo Tuesday, trash because I hated Taboo Tuesday. NXT TakeOver, A tier. The Bash, trash because it was like they didn't want to call it Great American Bash. I'm cooking right now. Unforgiven, fine. Breaking Point, trash because trash. Royal Rumble, A tier. Vengeance, fine. Over the Limit, boring. I'll just put it in boring because it could have been worse. Survivor Series, A tier. Not better than Great Balls of Fire though. That's still A tier. Extreme Rules, trash because again named after a show. Fastlane, trash. Roadblock, trash. TLC, trash. Bad Blood, A tier. Boom. Boom. How was that, guys? So that is my feeling of every like pay-per-view in WWE. This is the correct and only good interpretation of WWE pay-per-view names. As you can see, I have opinions about a specific era in WWE where they were literally just doing pay-per-view names of stipulations. I hated that crap so much. I hated it. I still hate it. TLC is trash, yes. Mr. Iguana sold the whole damn show. Yup, automatic. Shout out to Mr. Iguana. Great Balls of Fire. James in the chat, are you going to any WWE or AEW events? Right now, I am planning on, I'll do AEW first and then WWE. I am going to go to All In, confirmed. I will be attending All Out in Toronto. And then, depending on if they have another show, like on the East Coast or in New York or something, I'll go. But right now, those two are confirmed. Oh, Forbidden Door. I'll be at Forbidden Door in the UK in August. And then I also have For WWE, I'm probably going to end up going to SummerSlam in some way, shape, or form. Probably one night, and then I'm out. And then I'm going to Monday Night Raw in Birmingham, England, the day after Forbidden Door, just because it's like right up the road from London. I'll be around, so gonna do that. And then John Cena's final pay-per-view in Boston, the Boston show. I'll be going to that as well. I like the names of AEW pay-per-views. They're not bad. Actually, yeah. Is there like a list of AEW pay-per-view name tier list? We might as well do that. Create every AEW. Oh, wait. Is this every AEW pay-per-view name or? No, this is like every pay-per-view. I don't know if I could do all that. I don't want to do every AEW pay-per-view. I just want to do pay-per-view names. Can I do like 2024? Okay, hold up. Okay, we might be cooking here. All right, so what do we got here? We got Wrestle Dream, A tier, because shout out to Antonio Inoki. All Out, All Out, we all know it's a wannabe Make-A-Wish All In, let's be honest. Full Gear, also not great. Like, you know what? No. Whoa. Let's not do it. Full Gear, I wasn't a huge fan of the name. I understand the Hangman Adam Page thing, but that's a C tier pay-per-view. Forbidden Door, S tier. Amazing name, amazing trademark. Absolutely crazy. Love it. All In, changed the entire professional wrestling industry. Amazing. Revolution, kind of bland. I'll put it at B or low end of B. Dynasty, I'll put that at C. I'm not a huge fan of the Dynasty name. Double or Nothing, A tier. They definitely have more pay-per-views than that. What about Worlds? Hold on. What about Worlds? What was it? Worlds Collide? Not Worlds Collide. Worlds End. I mean, Worlds End would be D tier as far as pay-per-view names. AEW definitely has a more like balanced, like on the scale, like pay-per-view like name calendar or whatever the fuck. But yeah. I mean, Worlds End would go here. Is there another pay-per-view they do? I don't think so. I think that's it. I think these are, it's all this in World's End. Because they don't have a pay-per-view in between World's End and Revolution right now. But yeah, no, that would definitely be crazy. Hope to see you at All In. Of course, yeah. I'll be at All In. It's going to be a fun time. Please say hi. Follow me on Twitter so you can say hi. We got a Crave Balls of Fire paused here. Ayo, come on now. That's great. It's the greatest name. Goodness gracious. Great Balls of Fire. Fastlane was trash too. Absolutely, Fastlane was trash. I hope they always do 9 pay-per-views. They'll eventually do more. It's just the nature of the beast, I think. They'll eventually do more. 9 is perfect. Yeah, I agree. How many belts would you get rid of and give us women's tag titles? Consolidate this little to do with women. I think the women's scene is fine. You consolidate the the international and the continental belt into one belt, the AEW Intercontinental title. Consolidate that. I think you got to figure out what you're doing with the trios belts. I'm just gonna be honest. You got to figure out what you're doing with the trios belts, and no Ring of Honor belts on AEW for now. I'm sorry. It's for the next year, 2 years, none of that. Only ones I like are AEW Double or Nothing, All In, All Out, Full Gear, and Revolution. Yeah, most of those are decent. Full Gear, I was just never sold on. The World's End is a bad name for a pay-per-view. I'll go on record saying that. What else can we do? This is fun. WWE tier list. This is a fun thing. I like doing this. I should do more tier lists. Should I do more tier list chat? Would you guys watch that? Would you guys watch me do tier lists for videos or whatever? Let me know. Wait, hold up. You could do WWE video games? That's crazy. I don't remember anything from World's End 2024. Probably a good thing. Yeah, it was not a good pay-per-view. It was like not a good pay-per-view. Well, I mean, the big saving grace was the Continental. The Continental Classic somehow finds a way to just like save that pay-per-view. Because Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher and Ricochet versus Kazuchika Okada was amazing. And then like that promo Osprey. Let's restore the feeling, bruv. Let's freaking go. It was amazing. Awesome. You should do New Japan Pro Wrestling, and yes, more tier lists. Okay, I will do more tier lists. I can't promise more New Japan stuff because, like, New Japan will cook you, man. You can't talk about their product because then TV Asahi will be like, ha ha ha, no, buddy. Copyright strike. World's End 2023 was terrible. 2024 was 7 out of 10. I don't know what pay-per-view you're watching 7 out of 10. I'll give it a 6. I'll give it a 6. Like World's End 2023, I will say, is the worst AEW pay-per-view of all time. And I don't even think it's close. Like, it is. I remember. So that was the first time I had ever met Kenny Baum and Brian in person. And because like I had attended. I didn't attend Full Gear. I had attended Wrestle Dream. I had attended All Out before that. And I went to Double or Nothing. So like 2023 was like a big year for me to go and do wrestling shows. And I show up and I'm like, and they're like, yeah. So like they're asking me questions about AEW. It's like, oh, is it worth going to this show? And I'm like, yo, yes. Like AEW has never had a bad pay-per-view. Even if you're not feeling the storylines going in, the pay-per-views are going to hit. That was a horrible pay-per-view. That was objectively the worst AEW show I've ever attended. The Devil reveal in retrospect was really bad. I was kind of with it because I was like, all right, let's see what they do. And then nothing happened. It was just bad. Should do a tier list for recent NXT call-ups. I might. I've seen enough. Rank every AEW pay-per-view ever. Oh, God. AEW pay-per-view tier list. Is this like updated? I don't think this is updated. Because they don't even have Double or Nothing yet over here. No, I don't even think they have Revolution from this year. Yeah, they don't have Revolution from this year. How can I possibly, rank? How could I possibly do this without the... Oh, this would be a hard tier list to do, though. I ain't gonna lie. That'd be a hard tier list to do. Wait, is there like a funny one? Can I do like funny WWE tier list? There's got to be like some funny ones I could do. Double or Nothing 2024 was insane. Yeah, I mean, that was the one Jack Perry got set on fire. Oh, wait, you could do every WWE champ. Hold up. Oh, I guess when they say WWE champ, they only mean WWE, so world champion doesn't count. Okay, I mean, this is okay. I can do this, but like, not right now. But like, I mean, this is all you really need. This is all you really need to know. Jinder is an S tier, automatic, always. Do not hinder Jinder, bro. Do not hinder my man. Anyway, all right. Well, I'll do the tier list another time. In kayfabe, why would Tony bring someone who just assaulted the president of her last company? Why would Tony bring in someone who just assaulted the president of her last company? I mean, he brought someone back who assaulted like the EVPs of his company. Both in kayfabe and in real life. If you want me to be honest, if you want me to give you an honest answer, that's the honest answer. I mean, money. Dynasty 2024, Revolution 2024, awesome. I don't think 2024 for most pay-per-views, they did not miss. Yeah, I think World's End was, again, like just the worst pay-per-view that year too. Otherwise, it was a good year. It was a good year. Wrestle Dream, I was just sad because Brian lost, obviously. Frank says, what? That was my reaction too. And then I was like, oh, well, that's Tony. Look, Tony did do that thing. Oh, you can do the AEW roster ranked? Oh, this is like OG AEW roster. They got Cody in here. Yo, wait a minute. They got Cody, Ray Fenix, Matt Cardona is not even on the roster. Hey, yo. Hey, yo, bro. I haven't even shout out to the GOAT Brody Lee. Wow, okay. This is it. Is that Awesome Kong? Awesome Kong? Okay. Oh, I got to get off this tier list. I mean, okay, guys, we got to be honest here. I mean, there is only one correct ranking that we can do. There's only one correct ranking we can do here. We gotta get my boy up here. Get Chuck Taylor in that S tier, baby. Shout out to Chuck. AEW Day Ones, yeah. Remember when Hangman burned Swerve's house down? It's like genuinely one of the greatest like moments in AEW history, and it's like so well produced. It's so well produced. It's awesome. I know like some people, you really like that stuff? I'm like, come on, man. Anyway. Okay, guys, this has been a fun stream, and I appreciate all of y'all who popped out and showed. Be sure to smash that thumbs up if you haven't already. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. Got some cool video essays coming out on the channel over the next couple of days, so please subscribe, check in, go check out the one I did today, and leave a like, please. The more you guys hit that like button on all of my videos, the more people see it, and the better off I am creating the content. So please, hit that like button. It is, again, one of the few things I ask y'all to do. It is super easy, and I appreciate all of y'all. All right, guys, pro wrestling is a fun time, and I will be here always to talk about it with you guys every single week, Sundays, in the morning, afternoon, evening, whenever. Appreciate all of you guys. Until next time, be happy, be healthy, and as always, keep it real.